your boy Jonathan. I'm here for another video for you. Today we will analyze gold a little bit. Today gold is not doing too well. It's on the downtrend, which is bearish. And since I'm mostly a seller, since I'm mostly a buyer, I'm gonna pinpoint where I will buy in the future. Okay, when I say in the future, I'm not talking about next month. I'm talking about probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, in 2 days, in 3 days. That's what I mean by in the future. But still, it's in the future, right? Because tomorrow is not here yet. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the 4-hour time frame. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me start with the daily time frame because I'm gonna start um, using my lines, all right? And I need to mark it first so I can show you guys, what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so once I'm done marking it for the daily time frame, and now I'm gonna go down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this is the 4-hour time frame. So what else am I gonna do right now to see where I wanna buy? I wanna pinpoint, my direction where me personally, I want to buy. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start marking it as well. Okay. So the last time, that's what I bought. Okay. Yeah, last time, I did use the trend line, that trend line, in order to buy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's where I made most of my profit last month, right here, where I'm pinpointing right now. That's where I made most of my profit. And then last week, what did I? Okay, last week I did this. Okay, I'm a trend line person. My strategy consists of trend line mostly. That's the way I trade. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about my next step where I would like to buy. Um, that's where it's gonna be. Okay, so see that's my line. All right, that's my line. Okay, so if the price ever crosses above the line, if it goes above the line to 3,356, okay, all right, or 3,360, that's where I'm gonna buy. Okay, that's gonna be my buying. That's gonna be my buying point. 3,360. Okay, that's basically where I want to buy. It does not necessarily have to go all the way there. Let's say it goes down, it touches that line. Okay, you see that big line, that one. Okay, so that's the main line. All right, I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay, so that's the main line. Let's say it touches the main line. It still can cross that line above. You see that line? Anytime it crosses that line, according to my opinion, all right, that's where I want to buy. If it does not crosses the line, then I'm not gonna buy. Okay, that's basically my strategy. All right, I implement geometry in on the chart. Okay, so that I can pinpoint where I want to buy, or if you want to sell, where I would sell. But since I'm not a seller, I'm mostly a buyer. So definitely, I'm always looking to buy. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, we're gonna go down to the 1-hour time frame. Okay, let's remove this. You see how beautiful it is? You see, always need to look for the trend, where the market is going. All right, let me show you something. All right, you see when I told you last week, no, last month. You see my line, and then you see where I caught it. The moment you remember in the previous videos, I always tell you guys, always wait for the candle to be closed. All right, you see that candle closed right there, and then that's where I enter. I enter at 3,300. I remember 15. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I sold it around 3,345, something like that. And I did not wait, for all those gibberish, all those. I did not wait for that. And then I bought right there. I remember, I did put my line right here, okay, and then I bought there 3,310 again because the price literally went down again. All right, and I did not trade, uh, for the continuation. I waited, and then I bought over there. Right, I bought all the way over there. It's the same thing for that one. I'm just gonna wait for that line, and once it crosses, my little line, and then I'm gonna buy. It's always continuation. The market is always continuation, but with continuation comes with a psychological mind playing game. All right, because the market is always playing game with you. You have to be strong mentally and psychologically in order to withstand the game that it's playing on you. Right? It's a mind trick. Right? You have to be very strong for that. Few people are strong. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm getting better. Day after day. Weeks after weeks and months after months. All right. So and let's go down for the 30 minutes time frame. Remember what I said? If I want to buy, I go down to the 30 minutes time frame. That's where I buy. Okay, so that's the 30 minutes time frame. It's even clearer as you guys can see. You can see the candles, the way they react to each other. You see, that's when it went down. I was waiting for a retracement because remember, always wait. For example, if you're waiting to get in to buy and then you see it goes all the way up without any retracement, you have to wait for a retracement. Do not suddenly, you want to buy. That's what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't be like, oh, I have to buy right now. No, you can wait for a retracement. Okay, and when you went there all the way down, all the way up here, and then I waited for a retracement, and then in the retracement, and then that's where I bought. The same thing. There's always a retracement. You have to wait for a retracement. Unfortunately, sometimes there's no retracement. For example, that one last month there was not any retracement. Yeah, the only retracement you found was right here. Okay, and then you could ride the wave, and then once you get into the retracement, you buy from the retracement, and then you go up. All right, there's always there's always a retracement. However, sometimes you're not gonna find any retracement. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much. See you soon. Peace. Bye.